A tale about a tale. Once not so long ago, in a cozy hole on a gigantic old banyan tree, there lived a young squirrel called Bumpy. Why Bumpy, you ask? Well, the tale goes like this. He couldn't get through the day without bumping into all sorts of things. A bumpety bump here, a bumpety bump there, and then a crash. Boom, bam. Oh, my poor little Bumpy, sighed Mom one day. And the name just stuck, they say. From that day on, Bumpy hated his tail. He wished he could take it off and send it in the mail. Now, the tree that Bumpy lived on was on a farm just outside the woods. There were a lot of animals on the farm. Hens, chicks, pigs, cows, and even a few rabbits. They were all Bumpy's friends. One day, as Bumpy lay upon a branch, gazing down at his friends, his mom asked, "Bumpy, why don't you go down and play?" "Nah," said Bumpy, who seemed rather grumpy. Then he called out suddenly, "Mom, I know! I want a tail like Mrs. Moo has." "Then what would you eat, Bumpy? You would just swat away the insects with your tail. Be happy with what you have." "Okay, then I'll get a tail like Oink the pig," said Bumpy. "Oh, then you'll be soon cooking in a barbecue, for people love to eat a pig's tail," said Mom. "Be happy with what you have." Bumpy looked at his friends for a minute and then spoke up once more. "I know! I'll grow a tail like Woof the dog. I'll wag it and then I'll be happy all the time." Mom sighed and went to gather some nuts. Bumpy spotted his friend Rabbit running around. "I think I'll get a tail like him," he thought. "It's small, doesn't trip him, and see how he can use it to confuse animals that want to gobble him up." Bumpy suddenly got up with a start. He realized that Rabbit wasn't just practicing for the great race that was coming up. There was a fox that had entered the farm. He knew that he had to help Rabbit and warn the others too. So off he ran, and as he jumped nimbly from branch to branch, he noticed that his tail was helping him to balance. The fox was getting closer to the chicken coop. There was no time left. Bumpy knew that he had to distract the fox. So he just decided to jump, even though he was still on a branch quite high. As he jumped, he noticed that his tail felt like a parachute. Distract the fox he did, for the fox stood smacking his lips, trying to choose between Rabbit and Bumpy. Then, without realizing, Bumpy flicked his tail 3 times. 1, 2, 3. This caught Mom's eye, who flicked her tail too. 1, 2, 3. And soon all the squirrels on the tree did the same. Woof the dog, who had seen all this, sensed danger and came as fast as he could, snarling and growling, which sent the fox scurrying back into the woods. That night, as Mom turned off the light, Bumpy wrapped his tail around himself, real cozy, and for the first time ever said, "I am happy with what I have."